more consistent basis?
Yeah, I think we liked our first period. I think obviously giving up the power play goal early isn't ideal, but coming back, getting the lead, and kind of carrying the play. I think we did a good job getting to their back end and creating turnovers, and I think just the second period puck management. They were quicker than us and things like that, and that's when we look our worst is when we're not moving, and I think the second half of that second week we got back to carrying the play and kind of how we expect to play, and coming out of that major power play, I thought we did a really good job of being direct, creating chances. And Gabe scores a big goal to give us the cushion, but it's now just finding that consistency throughout the whole game.
Was there still more to that thought? Oh, okay.
Just as a hit, I mean, you looked frustrated after it. Have you had a chance to look at it again, and are you still frustrated with kind of...
Like the one I got hit?
Yeah, the one you got. Yeah.
I mean, I think you need the puck to get hit, so...
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there, I think. I don't know. It's all good. I'm good.
What was his explanation? It looked like he was telling you it was incidental contact?
Well, he's saying I'm hunched over and stuff, and I'm like, well, okay, but I still need the puck. Like, I get the puck went through me, but... So, it's all good. It's all good.
Considering that Pospisil got upgraded from a minor to a major not that long before the incidents with where you got struck in the head?
Oh, I honestly, I'm not worried about my head. That play happens. I think there could be a minor penalty on it, but that one's fine. I think the Pospisil one's an entirely different category. He leaves his feet, drives up right into JMO's head. I think it's his third major penalty in 2 months. So at some point, the league needs to do something.
Adam, you talked about Gabe's goal, 3 goals last night. The first 2, his ability to do what he does kind of in tight, not a lot of space there. Just as a guy that is often net front like you are, just how difficult is it to be able to pull off what Gabe seems to do makes it look easy a lot of times?
Yeah, he's got incredible hands for a big guy, long reach, but he's able to hold the puck into his feet, and he can stick handle in a phone booth. I think using his body to shield the defenders and still get his stick open, and his hand-eye is incredible. So it's extremely difficult what he does. He's got an elite skill set around there, and it's nice to see him contributing.
I almost feel like sometimes he's got eyes in the back of his head, just because he'll have his whole back, it seems, turned to the play, but he knows where guys are, right?
Yeah, I think that just comes from the pre-scan. He's smart players. He sees where the guys are. He kind of sees some of the lanes, almost knowing where he wants to move before he gets the puck, and then he's able to execute at a high level. I think, it's an incredible skill he has down at the goal line on the power play, but even 5-on-5, you see us working in practice today, 6-on-5, and the plays he's able to make with the defender on his back, or coming out of the corner where it looks like the guy's gonna come out with the puck, and he does a little stick lift, toe drags around him, and now he's able to create a chance. Like I said, it's an elite skill set he has, and we're really happy that he's back healthy for us, and he's a big part of our lineup.
Adam, I know that this team's focus is on building its game back up to something similar that we saw during that 30-game stretch earlier in the season, but how much of the focus are you guys willing to say out loud is about tracking down the Colorado Avalanche for home ice advantage in that first round in these next 6 games?
I think the likelihood is we're going to play them, and obviously you'd like to start at home. I think we know we have a game against them coming up, but I think I've said this before, whether we start at home or on the road, it's more about being confident in our game, having our game look and feel as close to that stretch as we can, and that's what we're working towards, whether we're able to catch them or not. I think it's about making sure come game 1 we're ready to go, and we're not still searching for our game. So that's what these last ones are going to be about. These last 6 is firing on all cylinders, having complete efforts, and just being really sharp so that when the playoffs come, whether it's the Avalanche or whoever we get, and most likely the Avalanche, we're ready to go.
That search for your game, where do you feel this team is right now in that search?
I think we've taken a step in the right direction. When I say search, it's not like we're in a bottomless tailspin. I think there's glimpses of, when we're playing really well, what our game looks like, and then there's instances where when we're off it, where we make the other team look really good. I think that's the biggest thing is, in the playoffs, you can't give other teams free offense. You can't give other teams the opportunities because you're not managing the puck, or you're losing battles and things like that. I think we put ourselves into trouble, when we're a little stubborn, when we don't get pucks out at our blue line, we don't get pucks in at their blue line, and I think when we get away from our forechecking games. So, it's about doing it consistently throughout the game, not just for a period or two.
A couple of times you've spoken to us. You've used the adjective stubborn. What exactly are you guys stubborn about in certain instances that you just referenced?
Well, I think it's just making the plays when they're not there. Obviously, everyone wants to contribute, and I think sometimes it's almost just trying to do too much. You want to create or get something back right away, rather than being patient and trusting kind of our process and the structure. I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing where we're at in the game, knowing when to cut it off, or knowing when to take those risks. There's obviously plays available, and we need to make those plays. But at the same time, sometimes you got to weigh the options in a split second, and maybe sometimes be a little more risk averse.